There. I just noticed that that I was offline. Thank you. I'm like, what? I looked down, or rather, I looked up from my project, and I noticed that my Polypop Live, the Twitch thing, said that you usually show that I'm live, showed that I wasn't live anymore. I'm like, wait, what? About a half an anime episode? Okay, so about 15 minutes. Yeah, I was live for about an hour and 55 minutes. Let's see, where did I end up at? Well, if I wasn't blocking the what time it was with my body, we could see how long ago it was. But no, my body's blocking the time. Plus, I'm on this scene. If now, granted, if I was on this scene, we probably would have been able to see at the time. Okay, so we were talking about Emma. I wonder if it's still processing, which is why it's not playing. The regular flare there, and then after I get done, which, you know, the older wagons that they used to have. Okay, so it was just around the time when I started the row. You can definitely tell that they take a lot of the inspiration from their music, from like 80s contemporary like. Okay, so it's been a minute. Okay, all right, yeah. Like I said, we just started the row when we lost connection, so. Shortly after 11:41, yeah. Well, yep. One of those moments where, you know, shit happens. I was sitting here talking about us playing Thread Chicken here in just a minute, and I gave up a gawk, you know, and I'm like, Flapple, I think I've been hanging out with a 9 a bit too much. I wonder what happened. I wonder if maybe I had an IP reset. No, that would have happened around midnight, if anything. And even then, it would have probably been a minor disruption, if there was any disruption at all. Trying to resolve my SE OBS Live and chatbot. Now, Pyro, I don't know if you heard me ask the question, because again, I may have been offline at the time that I asked it and I didn't realize it. In all your years of being an umpire, how many times have you had someone hit a foul ball and it end up in your ball bag with all the other extra baseballs? So I've seen a video where that happened to somebody. And I'm like, get out of town. There's no way that happened. But then again, I also was talking about how some poor guy got hit in his own ball bag, if you catch my drift, 3 separate times in the same game. Been hit many times though. Yeah. I felt bad for the one guy who got beamed in his groin 3 separate times. Hitting both collarbones, plus jugular, plus both elbow joints, and ow, man. Ow. At some point, do you just go ahead and say, look, I know it's part of the game, but come on, guys. If I get hit one more time, I'm calling the game. I'm taking my balls and I'm going home. Yeah. We're supposed to be having fun here, and I'm not having fun. You're ruining this experience for me. 19th year as a baseball umpire. We're wrapping up. Oh, that's cool. We were talking about how our good friend Chef Steve 330, how he and Krem has had some turbulences in their career, thanks to a drunk driver, and how he's going to be sending me one of the 3 Logitech Mevos that he got. We may end up going ahead and incorporating that into the stream in some way, shape, or form. If not directly into this stream, we may go ahead and incorporate it into a using it as an on-the-go option. That way I don't have to go ahead and lug around the laptop and all the other gear, and have to change the setup while I'm out and about. It would be a stripped down version of the stream. You know, we wouldn't have all the bells and whistles like we do, but you know, I'll at least still have chat. I'll have I'll set up stream elements as a secondary, if you will. Not stream elements, but stream labs. I'll set up Streamlabs as a backup, so that way when we are out and about, and I stream from my phone, then will have that as a we'll have that as an option. Ontario Baseball Association. Okay. Coaches complain of my strike zone, and I look at the coach and say, "Coach, this is OBAs. You're not here to watch pitches. You're here to compete. So that's enough complaining out of you. Get back in your dugout, or you're out of here." Never rejected anyone. That's good. You just gotta remind them, look, it's not a hockey game. We can't go pulling jerseys over our heads and beating each other up. We're not hockey hosers. We're baseball players, coaches, and umps. We gotta do things respectfully. Now get back to your dugouts. Uh-oh. I got that. I got you. Just tell them I'm allergic to politics and stupidity, and use that as a warning to send them back to their dugout. Use reverse psychology on them. Now listen, I didn't call you stupid. That's what you think I did, then that's a problem with yourself. It's not a problem with me. Two former NHL enforcers, the Red Wings. Nice. Nice. Ah, awesome. We might be able to get through the entire row. Thread Chicken, you are on notice. You are on notice, Thread Chicken. You're not gonna put up with your shenanigans tonight. Straight across Lake Erie. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm down in the center of the state, so I got a bit more way, a bit further to travel. And we were supposed to go up to Put Bay, um, at the beginning of summer, and we didn't get a chance to do that because my youngest ended up getting sick at that point. You know, you get that change from spring to summer, and from summer to fall, and that's what starts. So it starts the sniffles. Not to mention, school and everything, kids getting sick and spreading their germs around to others. Doesn't help when the parents won't vaccinate their kids because they want to have that choice, but high school football coach too. Jeez, please. Talk about busy. I remember being that kind of busy back when I was in high school, having a Saturday morning bowling league to go to. Uh oh. Well, shit. It happened. Well, fiddle. All right, need to back that last one out. That only looks like it's one though. Shit, how far back did I? You know what? It doesn't look terribly bad where it is. We keep it right where it's at. I don't see where I lost the other half. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Heavily involved in the athletics, nice. Disability and being a cancer survivor. Congratulations on being a cancer survivor. GG's, man. Do I have? I don't think I've got a. I don't think I got. I've got a sound effect for that. That's not the right sound. That's not the right sound. I'm sorry. Son of a. XLR, you failed me. Oh, damn it. I'm sorry. I'm going to hell. Oh. All right, maybe I'm not going to hell, but I'm going to like purgatory or something like that to think about what I've done. Uh, at the cancer clinic for the first time, and the nurse asked me, "Have you ever had uh, have you ever had cancer before?" I replied, "Just my zodiac sign. My birthday is July 21st." My mother and the nurse looked at me embarrassed. Yeah. Oh my lord. You know, one of the things I've always said, since I was young, is that if you can't laugh at yourself or the situation that you're in, uh, you're not doing things right, and that you know. Yes, I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, you can't go and do something like that. You're um you can't go doing something like that. You know, you're deflecting or whatever have you." I'm like, maybe, but at the same time, it makes me feel better. All right, this is gonna get a little wild and crazy because I am left-handed, and we're going to the left in this case, so it's gonna be a little wild here. Trying to get this set. So what we're doing here, oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Hold on, chat. There we go. All right, so what we're doing here, chat, is we're doing a loop stitch. This is basically where we're just taking the two threads that we were working with, and we're gonna essentially marry them together by looping the two threads and putting them in the middle of this loop. And that essentially locks them down. Out of the way so we don't end up dragging them with us. Left-handers, we're the only ones in our right mind. It's funny because I'm an epileptic. My epilepsy started at the age of 2. Oh, epileptic rage symptoms. Ooh. Verbal Tourette's at 7. Oh. Let's go ahead and get this one in. Cut off the excess. In. There we go. Let's get that away. And the last stitch for that row. All right. And now we move down. On this row, we've got 2 to get past, but that's not a big deal. Turned it back a lot since then. Still pops up every once in a while, yeah. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, we here on this channel, we usually try to go ahead and help out Extra Life right around, I think it's like February or March. Like I've kind of had the same kind of pattern over the last 4 years, give or take a couple variations here or there. Help out St. Jude at the beginning of the year, because they have the creative season at the end of the year, start of the year. Then I'll help out Extra Life. Then we've got the St. Jude, or not St. Jude, excuse me. We've got the Starlight spring stream. We've got 2 St. Jude campaigns that we run, kind of back to back. One is for the challenge season, and there is the GCX campaign. Starlight Campaign for Childhood Cancer Awareness in September. We generally start that around August and then into September, unless there's some sort of special event that's going on, and then we hold off on that until directly into September. We like to go ahead and always try to get a jump start though if we can. Excuse me, and then generally in October, if I'm not taking a break from fundraising and maybe streaming sometimes, I will I'll help out our Able Gamers. And this year might be the last year I end up helping them out, because I've not really had a whole lot of feedback from them, and I think helping out those who are disabled, who want to play video games, find the controllers that best suit their disability. I think it's a great thing to do. But it's just one of those things where I want to provide more information, more videos, more data, to kind of show where money goes, and them being I don't want to say a new charity campaign, but at least a newer charity campaign compared to, say, your Starlight Children's Foundation, your St. Jude, your Extra Life, your etc. They're newer in the overall spectrum. So there's still a lot that they could go ahead and do, but there's just not that same level of things to provide. Plus, on top of that, there's also a big issue with it. Like, say for instance, if I wanted to go ahead and create a if I wanted to create a shirt and use their name or their logo, I have to get permission, and 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be told no. I can't use their logo. I can't use their name in any kind of merchandise that I sell. Even if I'm promoting their stuff, it's a no-go. And that to me is kind of it kind of is counterintuitive. You know what I mean? And it's nothing against them. I understand why. You know, either the name of the company, or at least the design of their logo, might very well have been somebody who's no longer with the organization, and they made it so that, you know, that they can still use their artwork and the name of the company, but they're unwilling to budge on having people outside of the company use their stuff. You know, like I can't even properly promote. Like if I wanted to go ahead and create a flyer for Able Gamers, I can't do that because I still have to get permission, and they're still going to tell me no. With hidden disabilities, that's the trickier. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you from a family. To the local high school. Donated a custom knitted stadium blanket. Nice. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, I think what I might very well do, the one thing I want to go ahead and try to get into doing, is I want to try and get back into doing something, to kind of honor my dad, um, bring awareness about esophageal cancer, on top of just cancer in general, um, and maybe try to help out with something like the American Cancer Society. I think that would probably be something great to help out with instead. I'm just my biggest issue is that kind of the timing of that, because my dad, um, we usually used to have his thing right around his birthday, you know, right around like the June time frame, and that's generally right around the GCX campaign. So it kind of gets in the way a little bit. Let me see something here real quick. Let's see. How long did we run the GCX campaign? Let me go back and find it real quick. Okay, that's actually still active right now. Let's see. I retired my campaign. Sorry, Chad. I'm trying to go ahead and see when it was that I ended that campaign. That's something else that bugs me. I want to go ahead and have them work on fixing. Let's see. Go back over to my page and see if I can figure out what's going on there. Let's see. Back here. Let's go to retired. There we go. tell me when I retired it, right? Something else I would like to have Tiltify do is I'd like to have them work on giving us like dates when we retired campaigns and that kind of thing. That'd be kind of neat. So I did a donation of 57.66 on June 20th. Let's see. With Steve's campaign, his last donation came in. Tell me the. Tell me the dates. Well, ain't that a kick in the butt? Although I guess I could, if I wanted to, I could probably go ahead and go back over here to donations. Oh no, I can't see it from there. Damn it. Having the donations plus page would also be nice to see everyone's donations listed in there. You know, which campaign it came from. And all that extra data would be nice to have. But anyways, yeah, so oh, I know how I can find out. Go to last year. Let's see. There you are, GCX. We ran that one from, okay, so the GCX campaign we ran last year went from the June 7th until like August 31st. So you kind of see where that kind of comes into play there. GCX usually happens right around July itself, if memory serves me right. Back over here. Yeah, that happens between July 25th and 26th. So I guess if I really wanted to, I could take a month off from doing something for St. Jude and help out the American Cancer Society, which I might very well do next year. But then, yeah, so like I said, October, we might go ahead and do something different next year. Other than Able Gamers, I might continue to help out with that. Again, I've got a friend who got me into doing charity campaigns, and that was for Able Gamers, because he himself is a disabled gamer. He's half blind and half deaf, blind and deaf in the same side of his head, on the left hand side, and you know, I want him to get back into streaming, or at the very least, I would like for him to start trying to go ahead and do a little bit more for Able Gamers again. Even if he can't stream, he could still sign up with the team, set up a Tiltify account like what we do here, create a campaign for Able Gamers, link up with our team campaign, and then set up his campaign at work, so that way people can go ahead and donate for at work. I mean, hell, he works for one of the biggest car companies in the nation right now. I say biggest car company in the nation, but I should say one of the most expensive car companies in the nation. But you know, at least that last I heard, he was working there. I don't know if he's still there or not, given everything that's kind of happened over the last year and a half. Um, but no, I'm kind of I'm kind of in that mode where I'm like, I'd love for him to go ahead and join, but he doesn't do a lot in the way of streaming anymore, and I'm still still trying to get a hold of him, because it's been a while since we've actually talked, and try to get him to join the team, have some fun with us. And if he was to do that, I might change my mind on doing something with Able Gamers next year. But I think this year, or this coming year, might very well be my last go around with Able Gamers, and we may pick something else up instead. So yeah, they're dormant for the most part, and I want them back. Exactly. Yeah, they we all have our moments, if you will, mentally, and this is not to talk bad about him. I'm just kind of talking in general. He's had some he's had some mental issues that he's gone through, and some of that is his own doing. Some of that is not his own doing. It's sometimes it's the choices we make. Sometimes it's just the thoughts that we have that cause you to slip into those situations. And he's a good guy, and if he could ever get out of his head and get back into doing things again, it'd be kind of cool to have him come back and do things. But if what he's doing now doesn't grant him the time to do those things anymore, then I get it. It's hard to work to do things like work for a big corporation like that, have different hours than what you used to have, and your whole life get turned upside down. To quote the great lyricist that is Will Smith. Second channel for mental health awareness. Yeah. I'll tell you what, they may be interested in Stack Up. Stack Up is a wonderful charity organization that helps out our active duty as well as our veteran military members, both our own military members and veterans, as well as our allied forces. And they help out a lot with that kind of thing. So have them look into Stack Up. That's pretty much what they do is they help improve improve a active duty and veteran forces mental states through the power of video games. And I believe it's Matt Hefe, the lead singer from Trivium. He's not only a supporter, a strong supporter of the organization of the organization himself, but he's actually on the board. Yeah, stackup.org. We'll be helping out with them this coming November. They're always going to be on my list to help out with. Having both my dad and my grandfather former Army. Not to mention my grandfather on my mom's side was also former Army. It is something I I definitely want to do what I can to help out my brothers and sisters in arms. Um, it's my way of helping them where I couldn't help out before. Nice. My my mom's boyfriend who passed away about 7 years ago now. He his father um was in uh stormed the beaches of Normandy. He was part of D-Day and survived getting off the beach. Nice. Yeah, my mom's boyfriend, who, like I said, who passed away. His father uh, stormed the beaches of Normandy. Was one of the lucky ones that actually made it out of the boat onto the beach and past the beach and into the war zone. Made it all the way through and made it back. So artillery transport driver. We're transporting the from the back lines to the front. West major events. Nice. We we love helping out Stack Up. It's gonna be another fun year helping them out and trying to do what we can to raise awareness about that. I think this year I'm gonna have I'm gonna do something a little different. Um, I am gonna go to um, I'm gonna go to my old high school. Like I may go ahead and take like a day off where I go to my old high school and and at least the other high school that they've built in my hometown. Um, and I want to go ahead and talk to the ROTC teachers there, and I want to say, hey, look, this is something I would really like to help have help with if if you guys would like to assist, it would be greatly appreciated. Here, you know, you just give me a um, you give me an email address, and I will provide you with your very own version of our donation link. Um, and I'll even provide you uh, with an additional website that folks can go to learn more about it. You know, and if anybody any of the parents of the cadets who are there, or if any of their family members want to help out, All they got to do is put their name in. You know, go to the provided link. Oops. Go to the provided link and donate, and then that's it. But I would suggest, making sure that they all know, make sure that whoever donates understands that when they donate, do not use your real full name, because I may be saying names on screen. So use use a synonym, a not a synonym. What's the word I'm looking for there? You use a screen name or something. Yeah, use with caution, exactly. If you don't want to go ahead and have your name said online, fine. Donate anonymously. That's perfectly fine. As long as I know that the donation came from high school A or high school B, that's perfect. That's all I need to know. And and honestly, what I could also go ahead and do is say, look, anyone who's I can even go ahead and go so far as to say, look, let's go ahead and do it this way. Each cadet who wants to help out, give me your email address. I'll provide you directly with an Amplify link. That I'll have them click on that link right there. I'll have them go to Tiltify, type in their email address, that'll provide them with an Amplify link that they can then go and use and turn into a QR code, or they can, whatever have you. I'll sit down with them real quick, explain what Stack Up is, how they help out, what all the different programs that they have, and then send them on their way. It's like, look, you have until the end of the month. After the end of the month, once the end of the month comes to an when we get to the end of the month, that's it. I will be shutting down the campaign, and whatever we raise at that time, we raise at that time. If for whatever reason the campaign's closed when the people go to donate, they can still donate to the cause. They just have to go ahead and donate directly to Stack Up at that, instead of going through Tiltify through my campaign. So it may not work on my side, but it is. That's okay. They're still getting the donation to Stack Up, and it's still being used for good. But I want to go ahead and I may go ahead and do that. If only though, I was able to go ahead and fit in my old uniform. If I only had my old uniform. Also, if I didn't have my long hair. Oh man. Yeah, we the gentleman who became our assistant naval instructor at my high school for my senior year, he was a Marine, so it was a little bit different having a Marine in a naval ROTC unit. Even if they are part of the Navy, it was just one of those things where it was a little weird for us, I suppose. But his wife just recently passed away after her own battle with cancer and whatnot. Yeah, and he just recently retired too from being high school B's NJROTC commanding officer, or the the naval instructor for that group. So what I may have to go ahead and do is I may have to go ahead and reach out to the principals at each location and say, hey, I'm an alumni of high school A, and I'm doing something for charity, and I'm looking to see if any of the folks, and this charity is helping out our armed forces and veterans, and let's see if the folks in the ROTC units would like to help out. And if they're up for me coming in and explaining what's going on, then cool. I will take a day off and have some fun with that. Or a couple days off even. And what I might do is I may decide to go ahead and start the campaign like a month early, so that way I can go ahead and take like a day off here this month and a day off here and this month and just have a go to town. So I don't know. Let me go back and see what you were saying, Pyro. I'm sorry. I got to talking and rambling, and sometimes I forget to shut up and look and see what's going on. My trouble is nobody really wants to join me on the charity stuff with me anymore. Yeah, I feel you, Pyro. That's been like a big thing with our charity team as well. Like when we first started off in 2021, we had all the people, every single one of our everyone who joined the team had an open campaign. Like there was a couple of people who may not who joined the team but didn't have an open campaign, but that wasn't too big of a deal, because we had, there was at least I think 50 different people who had an open campaign for St. Jude at one time. Our first year of fundraising, we raised $196,461.06. That's before anybody went through and did charge-offs, or not charge-offs, but disputes on charges or anything else like that, which would have gone ahead and adjusted down the total had those been reversed. So that was the total that I remember us getting at the end of 2021. $196,461.06. 22, we only raised we were just shy of $55,000. In 23, we raised a little over $94,000. Last year we raised a little over $80,000. So you can see we've kind of been trending downward, and especially over the last 2 years, it has been roughly 5 of us, 8 total, I would say, that had an active campaign opened up for something. Whether we were all doing something for St. Jude, or if it was for Stack Up, or Extra Life, or the ASAN, which our friend Norgoth Gaming and Devil Beater help out with. They have that year-long campaign that they do for that, which is perfectly fine. Not everyone on the team has to help out with the same thing that the rest of the team is helping out with. But I think what it was is that after that first year or two, a lot of people got burnt out on it. And I get it. You get burnt out on it, and you're like, you know what? I don't want to do this all the time. It feels kind of icky to always ask our viewers for cash, but it's not something that we're pushing. We're just saying, look, the option's there. Please donate if you can. And especially in this economy, we understand if you can't. So, too many cooks in the kitchen. I wouldn't say there's too many cooks in the kitchen. I would say it's more. Well, it could be viewed that way if a lot of the same people from one channel migrate to the other channels. then at that point it becomes a bigger issue. But again, like I said, with everything that's going on right now, politically and financially, or economically, I guess you could say, it is it's been a big burden, and I think a lot of us are a lot of people who want to help out can't help out because they're tied down to making sure you're getting the bills paid. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, and we want people to go ahead and donate if they can, but it's one of those things where you get your bills paid first. If you got anything extra that you can donate, great. If you can't because you need that money to live on until the next paycheck, get it. Now I gotta go pay. I gotta pay the house tomorrow. I gotta pay other bills tomorrow. So yeah, I totally get at not having the money, even though you want to do something good. All right, chat. Let me do this real quick. I've been going for a while. I've been talking for a while. I just drank the last of my pop. Let me go grab something to drink, and then I will be right back in just a few short minutes. Hang tight. I hit the wrong button, chat. Sorry. Welcome back. Sorry for the wait there. Appreciate you guys being patient. Uh, Pyro last said I need to buy a new monitor so badly, and yet I can't seem to get one. I feel that. Excuse me. I will tell you though, a lot of the monitors are still they're pretty decently priced right now. But just being able to actually get the monitor, that's the having the money to buy it. That's the big thing right there. I get that. Like here's an example of that. I just paid off my car back in July. Just paid it off. And somehow that $350 that I was spending on the car has magically turned into paying other bills with it now, because all the other everything else just jumped up in price. And I'm sitting here flabbergasted. I'm like, I just got that money back. almost 8 years ago, I stopped smoking, and got what was it, $120 a month back in my pocket. I finally got done paying my my student loans a few I want to say probably about a few years earlier, or a year or two earlier than that, and I'd gotten about 150 a month back on there. I was like, yes, finally, I have money I can do something with. Now, granted, it wasn't to say that I didn't have money in my bank to do things with. It's just, okay, cool, I have now extra money that I can do things with. And now I get the car paid off, and I was like, no, why is everything else increasing in price? I need that money for other things. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. I'll hit the lotto tomorrow, and I won't have to worry about it anymore. And I'm not going to tell anybody that I won, but there will be signs. There will be signs, chat. Chad, if you're just joining us, welcome back in, or welcome in rather. We are working on a cross-stitch project for my oldest. This is a character called a Rainbow Heart Bear from the Care Bears, created as a 30th anniversary character, and a lot of folks usually use this bear as a way to signify the birth of a rainbow baby. And now, what a rainbow baby is, if you don't know, is when a couple experience a the heck happened there? How did you tie? How in the hell did you end up tying yourself to yourself? All right, listen, here's what we're just gonna chop that little bit off and go nip, boom, done, out of the way. Not gonna worry about that one anymore, huh? All right, anyways, where were we? Ooh. So I just got back into it at the beginning of last year. So beginning of 2024, I had learned sort of when I was a kid. And I say sort of because I really didn't get into it. Um, but you know, I when we were kids, we had the things that are similar to an Ada cloth. I think it was just more of like a piece of plastic, and you had the really big plastic needles, and you used yarn, and you would do it that way. And you know, I've always said that since while I was growing up, that I always wanted to go ahead and do a cross stitch project for my kids, like my mom had done for me. Um, when I was a kid, and the Care Bear movie came out, I aside from having my Tender Heart Care Bear, you know, I wanted to get Secret Bear and Braveheart Lion, and I took more of a shine to Secret Bear than I did Braveheart Lion, and my mom kind of saw that and she goes, okay, and she ended up finding a pattern for Secret Bear and did a full cross stitch pattern of Secret Bear, and we had that hanging up in our house for years. Um, and I thought that was such a cool thing to do that I wanted to learn how to do that later on in life and do that for my kids one day. Well, now I have kids and I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I finally went ahead and looked at my mom, um, the at the end of the right around the late December 2023. I'm like, you know what, Mom? I think I want to learn how to cross stitch or relearn technically. And she's like, yeah. I was like, yeah. It's like that's a bit different, but okay. It's like, oh, what's the sudden interest in doing it? It's like, well, you did that one for me. I'd like to go ahead and do that for the girls. And she's like, all right, if you want, I can teach you. I'm like, cool, let's go. So we've done a bunch of different ones over the course of the past couple of years. Or we started off with a 8-bit Mario, worked our way into a um, a Mario inspired version of Starlight Children's Foundation's logo, which is essentially that star that you see up there, but with the Starman eyes. And then we did our team logo. I did 2 of those, and I gave those away. I gave one of the I think I actually gave both of the Starlight Star uh, things away as well. Um, and then I did one that said cross stitching for more than bragging rights and cooking for more than bragging rights. The cooking for more than bragging rights I sent to my buddy Chef Steve down in Texas, and the cooking for more than bragging rights I gave away. And I think it was Keyberg who was it Keyberg? It was either Keyberg or oh, I'm forgetting who it was who got that one, but yeah, it was so one of the community members got that one as well. So, um, yeah, so I, technically speaking, I've only been really working on this since 2024, late 2023, beginning of 2024. No, it's a long-winded way of saying it, but uh, used to paint a lot in years past, but my grandparents and I have no space for painting. Yeah. And if you think about it, I learned a lot of digital arts going through ITT Technical Institute. And one of those things, was just happened to be pixel art. Like backstory, yeah. You do pixel art of Minecraft a lot, yeah, yeah. See, if you think about it, I just took the idea of pixel art, and I thought, oh wait, cross stitch is the world's first version of pixel art. So everything is in essentially a box, four holes, and you're taking a color and you're filling that color in. You're crisscrossing the things. So, I mean, yeah, it's the legal method of stabbing something. There you go, Sky. Hi, how's it going? How you doing, Sky? Welcome in. Hey, by the way, is that a Mega Blastoise that you're working on right now? Mega Evolution Blastoise? Haha, nice. Here, let me go ahead and show that off real quick. And switch over here without losing my light, please. There we go. So there we go. That was the start of it. And here's where Sky is right now with it. All of the black is done. Kid wanted a Gigantamax, but the dad and I agreed it was a little too violent looking for a 6-year-old. I don't think I remember seeing a Gigantamax Blastoise. I'm gonna have to go find me a Blastoise now, and I'm gonna have to Gigantamax it. No, I've seen a Gigantamaxed Gengar. That's something to behold. Let's see. What am I doing here? I'm gonna skip 2, right? Perfect. Okay. All right. Sky, we had a bit of an issue earlier. We had to stop. We had to restart stream. I have no idea why. It just all of a sudden it quit running. And I was sitting here looking, and I'm like, what happened to my stream? Why does it say that I'm offline? No one was chatting. We had Blapple in here earlier too, and we were having a good time talking. And then I went offline, and Blapple disappeared, and everyone else was just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, can anyone hear me? And I looked it up, like, shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at that here in a second. Let me go ahead and get done with this row here before I go ahead and pull anything else up. Thank you. Oh, Pyro, Pyro just shared something. Let's go back over to here to Pyro's. Pyro did some pixel art, or 3D art rather, using Minecraft blocks. Nice amp there. I see Homer and Marge in the background. Nice, nice. I like it. There's Homer and Marge. There's Pac-Man. Yoshi, nice. The question mark block. Very nice. That had to take a lot of time. Oh, nice. It glows in the dark. Very nice, Pyro. Love it. About an hour with plugin tools. All right. Nice. And hit the button here and go back over to the other screen. There we go. And back that out of the way. Yeah, okay. Silly Goober with a bad stitching joke. Or bad stitching joke, excuse me. I want to find out why my past works aren't showing up there like they were in the past. Would have been down here in the crafts section itself. It looks like I don't know if I got rid of it somehow. Images. Huh. I guess maybe I didn't have them in here. I swore I did. Maybe I'll go in and I'll find him and I'll add him in. Well, that'll be improvement. That'll be some improvements that we can make on Thursday. Excuse me. Yeah, we've had some improvements that we've done, Sky. I'm sure you saw that there. We worked on some new sub badges. We added a couple new imitations. Sound engineer, I also have a check 1 2, check 1 2. Testes 1 2 3. It's very punny. Something to stitch home about. A lot of dead. Nice. Dad joke bot. Nice. Okay. Let me go back real quick and find that. Okay, so that's Gigantamax Blastoise. Okay. Jeez. That are a lot of guns on its back there. That'd be a lot. That'd definitely be a lot. All right, let's take a drink here. Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. A little bit. A little bit. All right, we are now on this row. And we've got that last little thing in my way. But that's it. Won't have anything else in the way after that. It'll be straight shots. Thread chicken. Thread chicken. Today on Thread Chicken Z, Skybeat goes up against her deadly foe, the Thread Chicken. Can Skybeat finish the row before Thread Chicken wins? Find out today. Safe for work memes? All right. Oh, that's perfect. Chat. Oh, damn it, you can't see. Hold on. It's the dark side of the loom. What would Fruit of the Loom say? Oh my heck. We could even go ahead and make that into a into an emote. In fact, I'm gonna make that make a note of that real quick. Hold on, I need to bring up my where to go? Improvements. There we go. All right. That's what we'll call. Oh, you can't see it. Damn it. Hold on. So, chat suggestions, emotes. Dark Side of the Loom, emote. We'll call it Cbus Road DSL. That has a double meaning for me, because I used to work for for a well-known internet service provider, and I used to work on their DSL technical support team. So that's an inside joke for me. And now for you guys too, since you know the joke. All right. Save that. Get out of the way. The Cone of Dune on Amazon. I don't think that I have. Giant cone of DMC 310. Oh, is that that's an entire cone of black thread. Holy crap. So my girls have fully been taken over by the K-pop Demon Hunters. Uh, for those who haven't seen it yet, I suggest you do so as well. You'll be entertained. Um, but what's funny is this: I just stepped away to go use the restroom, and I'd gone ahead and had my youngest give up the tablet so that way the oldest can go ahead and have the rest of her time. And my oldest must have got bored or ran out of YouTube time, so she went ahead and loaded up Netflix and loaded up K-pop Demon Hunters. And I heard the start of how it's done, and I remembered, oh yeah, Lauren Boebert, sorry, not Lauren Boebert, excuse me, Lauren Babbitt, excuse me, Lauren Babbitt did a metal version, and it is on point. It's crispy. I love it. I love the sound of it. She does a great job. So I was listening as to where she was in the song real quick. Quickly brought up Laura Babbitt's version, and fast forward it to the exact point where she was in the song, and it was synced up perfectly. I'm like, that's freaking awesome. So I was getting the original in the back from downstairs, Lauren Babbitt's metal version upstairs, and like I said, it was crispy, clean, and right on point with the original song. So shit. I just thought of something. We ever end up doing another karaoke stream? How much do you want to bet someone asked me to sing that? Or sing one of the one of the songs? At least one of the Saja Boys songs. I'm like, look, yo, I don't know. I don't know Korean, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to sing the song and not know how to sing in Korean. So to put it to bed now before anybody asks, no, I ain't doing it. I'm not singing Soda Pop or Your Idol. I'm happy to listen to it and jam along with it in the metal version, but yeah, no. It's annoyingly infectious. Right. By the way, speaking of music and whatnot, have you guys heard the new Amy Lee song that she just did? Her and two other female musicians just did a collab. And from what I heard so far, it sounds pretty awesome. Wait. Amy Lee did a cover of Takedown? No. Singers from Pretty Reckless? Okay. I need to go over here for a minute. Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. I got to see. Oh no. No, it was an Amy Lee song called "End of You" that they did. Yeah, Amy Lee of Evanescence and Poppy and Courtney Leplante. All right, look, it's probably going to go ahead and get muted, but it's okay, it's fine, chat. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it here for a minute. Hold on. I don't care if this part gets muted. Let's watch together, shall we?
I toil in silence, don't know where my mind is, numb from the shock of it all. Cut myself open, but I wasn't broken. Tried to fix what wasn't wrong. Can you feel it taking over? I know I'm not alone. If I must go, the waves should drag me out. When every lie was kept so
Darkness always wins. Yeah. I'm about to find and listen to that one.
Of you is the start of life for me.
Here, just so that way you guys know what I'm talking about when we're talking about. Gotcha.
You came at a bad time. You just crossed the line. You
I
better get
really,
wild.
I want to go ahead and say I really want to hear her along with the lead singer from Halocene and Violet Orlandi. I want to hear all three of them with their combined vocals. It would make this 50 times better. This is already good as it is, but add the other two in on top of it.
Okay, I'll show you why. Better come right, better let's try and get into a level. Cause you might die, never the time. Try to start a battle. Bleeding isn't in my blood. You're so puto that I saw. Beating you is what I do. Party, I'm naughty, but sorry. And where you pull up a little right to the party. Nah. Not the moment I was born for this. tricks don't miss. How it's done, done, done. Her tricks don't quit. How it's done, done, done. Run, run, we run the town. Hold on, play our sound. Turn it up, it's going down. Her tricks show this. How it's done, done, done. Yeah, something about when you come with the crowd that's so humbling now. Run up and down, up we come up, so that the sun has will come out to play. One in the way, we're one in a million, we're killing it, really, you want it, okay? Nails, blade, mascara. The check for the night, Barbara. Need to be my face, make it cute and savage. Mirror, mirror on my phone, who's the baddest? Us, hello? Knocking you out like a lullaby. Hear that sound ringing in your mind. Better sit down for the show, 'cause I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. How it's done, done, done. I don't talk, but a mind full of venom. Spitting facts, you know that's how it's done, done, done. Okay, like I know I'm rebel, but what you never was I go rebel. Some plus when it just look natural, that's how it's done, done, done. Hear our voice unwavering, till our song defeats the night. Making fear afraid to breathe, till the dark makes the light. How it's done, done, done. Run, run, we run the town. Hold on, play our sound. Turn it up, it's going down. Her tricks show this. How it's done, done, done. We hunt you down, down, down. We got you now, now, now. We show you how. Her tricks don't miss. How it's done, done, done.
There we go. So yeah, that's just a little bit of what we're talking about when it comes to that's the first song that you're met with. Granted, not the metal version, but it's the first song that you're met with in the entire movie. So, anyways, thanks for humoring me on those two. I wanted to get those out of the way. Now back to our regularly scheduled local music and cross stitching. But I was just reading your comment there, Pyro. That it's always one of those things where it's like, never mind. Good job, great talent. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna feel bad for myself. I'm just gonna go over here and 50,000 Helmiers. Skip this one. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys have ever seen any of Hailstorm's, or not Hailstorm, excuse me, Halocene's stuff, Pyro got me thinking about Hailstorm there. If you ever seen any of Halocene's stuff that they've done with Lauren Babick and Violet Orlandi, they do such a great job. I actually have a Twitch Sings video where myself and Halocene's lead singer did Bring Me to Life. And keep in mind, though, that was back in the yeah, back in the pandemic. So I wasn't up 100% up to my normal abilities because I let them lax a little bit because of the pandemic. I hadn't really gone ahead and tried doing a lot of singing at that point because trying to recover from having COVID at least once, and not having the lung capacity that I had before. I had to rework my way back to where I used to be. I'm still not at 100%, but front and center with my iPhone out filming like I was doing pit cam. Video was rolling too. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Dude, one of the things that I want to do is I really want to go ahead and sit down with record execs. I want to sit down with artists, and I want to sit down with known streamers like myself, um, and some not so big names and some big names, and I want them to hear how we feel it should be. Now, if it comes down to a situation of, let's go ahead and say, you know, we as streamers pay Twitch out of any monies that we get for like a subscription or something like that allows us to play the music that we play without getting a DMCA strike or even a mute on our VOD. And that covers anything that we record here on Twitch and upload over to YouTube, then that would be great, because that in and of itself would cover everything. The music industry ensures that they're getting paid. They're still protecting the intellectual property of their clients. The musicians. The musicians are on board because they want people to actually share their music. That's why they make music in the first place, outside of making the money, and everyone would be happy. Yeah, it's essentially like, exactly, it's what it is. It's essentially as a radio license, exactly. I think that's the greatest way to explain it is, look, yes, we're doing things over the broadcast airways, even though technically speaking, it's not through TV, it's not through radio, it's the new form of communication. It is a visual and audio communication device. We have FCC regulations on the internet as it is, or various other versions of the FCC around the other countries. Just give us the ability to play the music that we want to play and keep it on our VODs. I think that or we just get rid of the whole DMCA thing altogether, and just let people play whatever the hell they want to play. Dude, the funny thing is do you remember when Metallica decided to go ahead and do a Twitch stream of their own music, and their own VOD got hit with DMCA strikes, or at least got muted? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? It's the artists themselves. I didn't even watch that stream, but I was still flabbergasted that Twitch allowed a DMCA strike, or at least the mute of the songs on that VOD. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Now, hopefully, Metallica went ahead and was told how to go in and correct that, so that way the VODs can be unmuted, but still. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I was sitting there with my head in my hands. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And like I said, we've said this in the last stream. We play a lot of the local music because we can reach out to the local musicians. We can ask them directly, hey, are you okay with us playing your music? And they're like, heck yeah, dude, go for it. You know, my buddy Tom, when he still had his former band Noise Auction, they used to have the phrase when they first came out, spread the noise. So I approached him like that. I was like, hey dude, do you mind if I spread the noise on my Twitch channel? He's like, you mean play our music on Twitch? I'm like, yeah. He's like, fuck yeah, dude, go for it. I'm like, all right, cool. Right, exactly, right. Like we were talking about Stack Up and how Matthew Hefe, um, the lead singer of Trivium, um, he streams on Twitch, and he streams a lot of the new music that they're working on. So as of that point in time, it's not technically protected, so you can play it. But once it goes into full production kind of thing, then that might be a whole nother story. So does Evan Todd? Yeah, nice. And there's Dead Mouse, yeah. Yep. Dead Mouse, and then I don't know why I just blanked on his name all of a sudden. Yeah, so many music computers, ton of DJs, exactly right. I was sitting here thinking of an artist, and I just lost their name. Do you hate when that happens? Does anybody else have that happen to them? It's right there at the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple easy hints as to who it is. Auto tune, and T-Pain, thank you. As soon as it said auto-tune, T-Pain! Ah, shit. Tip the tongue syndrome, stuck it, yeah. Yeah, he does a lot of his own music too. And streams it on Twitch. Yeah, like I said, I don't get why we can't figure out a way around it, you know? Nice. Great camera. That's awesome. Only claim to fame that I have when it comes to somebody famous is that I've met and got a picture with Dave Navarro. My former guitar player, and I had had like a birthday party that we were doing, where a bunch of local talent was getting together to perform music at a little stage in a park in far west Columbus. One of its little suburbs, and once we got done there, he's like, "Hey, dude, I need to catch a ride to a music venue here in Columbus called Scully's." Because he was gonna go ahead and take pictures of the Dave Navarro show that was happening. I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, we can do that. So I went ahead and got him over there and decided, you know what, I want to hang out and want to see if Dave's there. Maybe go ahead and say hello. Have him look at my tattoo, see what he thinks, and you know, maybe even go ahead and get a picture with him. Ask him a couple things about Ink Master before I take off, and it got to that point where they got everybody or all their stuff in. They started setting up on the stage and sound checking. They got done with that. They came back out. And him and his entourage were sitting there shooting the shit. They had a tattoo thing going on behind him, and in front of us, they had set up the hanging rack where folks would, you know, get hooks and hook it into their back and hang from the hooks. People People are weird. I'll be nice as nice as I possibly can. People are weird, okay? Okay. But no, they they had they had all that going on and whatnot, and it was starting to get closer to the time where, it was right around this time of the year where, hot, super hot in the middle of the day, and the sun starts to go down a little bit earlier and a little bit earlier every day, and I was starting to lose daylight. I needed to get the heck out of there. So I popped over to Dave. I'm like, hey, I hate to be that guy to start all of this, because you know it's going to start up after this, and I'm so sorry if that's the case. But I got to go ahead and bounce out of here. Do you mind at the very least that I get a picture with you? Because if I don't get one, my wife's going to kill my ass for not getting a picture with you before I head out. He goes, no, dude, that's awesome. Let's go. So I sat down real quick and got a picture with him, and I said, hey, man, thanks, appreciate it. And I didn't even mention my tattoo. I was wearing my my karaoke skull and cross Mike shirt, which is kind of where I got the idea for my tattoo. I had that on so he could see the tattoo clearly, but I don't know if he ever actually went ahead and he never commented on it or anything like that. So, but at the very least, I got a picture with him. I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's my claim to fame when it comes to someone like famous. I cursed out Pete Rose. Or at least I damn near cursed him out. We were down in Florida visiting my stepmother's sister and brother-in-law and their family, and they decided we're going to go ahead and go to Pete Rose's restaurant. So my cousin and I we're looking around the gift shop while we sat down, we ordered our food, and then me and my cousin decided we were going to go look around the gift shop and whatnot. Well, as we're walking up, we see that there's everyone in line that's there to see Pete Rose. All right, cool. Pete's here. I'm not like 100% entertained because it's Pete fucking Rose, and I'm like, this guy, I could care. Yeah, I couldn't care less. And so, but we're looking around the gift shop and whatnot, and all of a sudden he hollers over at the two of us. He goes, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "You're looking around? Don't you see all these other people in line? They're waiting to get my autograph and whatnot." I'm like, "That's nice, dude. I waved to you and said hello, and turned back to continue to do my shopping." He's like, "Well, you're getting in front of everyone else." I'm like, "I'm not ditching these people. I don't want your signature. I don't want a picture with you. I'm not a fan of yours in the first place." And my cousins quickly try to drag me back to the table. Like, "No, dude. Let me go ahead and tell this asshole exactly what I fucking think of him." I so badly wanted to tell him, I wish you never get into the Hall of Fame. Or at the very least, you do get into Hall of Fame, but it's not for the reasons that you want to be in the Hall of Fame for. And that is because you cheated in baseball. You cheated in the way that no one should cheat. And that is to gamble against against your own team. Yeah, I wanted to tell him off so badly, and then and then leave it off with "Go Tribe" and pounce. Megadeth at Meshuggah Journey, okay. Or featuring Meshuggah and Journey, okay. 2018 did the Bryan Adams Show, Reba, Alice Cooper, Disturbed, Pitbull, Kitty Chesney, Rascal Flatts, Chris Angel, Brian Wilson, Yanni, Barry Manilow, uh, Aussie Pink, or sorry, Aussie Pink Floyd, 3 Days Grace, featuring Bad Wolves and Nothing More, Santana, 2019 worked Leonard Skinner, Foreigner, uh, Mariana's Trench, 2022 Black Crows featuring the Trues, Shinedown featuring Pop Evil, live Turok Tour featuring Skid Row, plus Warrant, plus Winger, and 2023 Toto. Nice. I will say that I have got to meet Todd Chason and Billy Morris of Quiet Riot and Tough. Our friend Chef Steve 330 when he was up in Cleveland, he worked for Billy and Todd, and they had a food truck called well, they still have the food trucks up there. But they had food trucks that was very much rock and roll themed. Um, all the all the dishes had a music or a band name themed. Yeah, you had the Master of Pigs. There was a bunch of other ones too, but Smoke and Rock and Roll was the name of the food truck that he used to work on. So I mean that's one I suppose I have there. I got to tell Todd Chase on fuck off Todd, or FOT as we used to say in Steve's chat. It was our way of saying love you shit. Outside of that, I really haven't met anyone super famous that I can think of right off the top of my head. Yeah, outside of what we just talked about there. Trues and 3 Days Grace, as well as Puddle of Mud and the Cult, plus Doc Walker and Emerson Drive, Troop and Loverboy and Platinum Blonde, plus Kim Mitchell, Tom Cochran with Red Rider in 2013. Nice. I think once I get to point where I can't do much more with this thread, I think I may go ahead and call it there, because again I got things I've got to do tomorrow. If I didn't say it before, I'm saying it now, so if I apologize if I said again and I really didn't mean to say again. Anyways, so yeah, I've got a couple things I gotta go ahead and do tomorrow. One of which is going to be keeping an eye on the Munchkins, because I will not be heading to my mother's. She's got some plans for tomorrow, so Unless she goes ahead and calls me and says, hey, those plans got canceled. We are staying home. And with one of them not feeling well tonight, there's a good chance even if we did get the go ahead to come over, I'd probably not take her over there to make sure that she don't get my mom sick. But there's a couple more things that I want to go ahead and do around here. Outside of getting the house paid, I gotta get the rest of the bills paid, see how much I got left over, and then see how much of that how much of that I can go ahead and use to basically, I got to figure out my budget and see if I have enough money that I can go and get some more totes and whatnot to try to help get some more of the stuff that I have in here cleaned up, get it out of the way. So we've had fun today. You know, we listened to some good music, rocked out together, watched a couple new music videos. That'll likely get muted, which, you know, that happens. Nice. Yeah, most of the people that I've met musically have all just been local folks. So, my buddy Tom in his bands, which included Cringe, Noise Auction, his very own Tom Klein project, as well as the last one, which he just started, which is called Broken Habits. I've got my friends in Liquid 16, and former folks, a former band called Victim. There's so many. These guys right here that we're listening to right now, the Lonely Ones. The lead singer is one half of the lead singers from Boba Flex, and that's Marty McFly. Marty McCoy, excuse me. And then his older brother Sean McCoy, and they are of the actual McCoy family clan, if you will. Straight out of the hills and hollers of West Virginia. Yo! Papa Dookie, thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing? Love Razor? Nice. So I shouldn't tell my surname's Hatfield? I mean, you could. I don't think it's going to matter to them too terribly much. They're essentially the black sheep of their family, you know, when it comes to everything. You know, they don't sing. They don't sing very much in the way of bluegrass or anything, you know, anything that would be in praise. Yo, we have a raid incoming, chat. Chad, there's gonna be another one I don't know why it does it. It does, but hang tight. Welcome in, Raiders. You just gotta follow too. I have to go over and see who those new follows are. Thank you so much for those follows. Areske and Loch Ness, thank you very much for the follows. Appreciate you. Thank you also, Loch Ness, for the raid. How are you doing? What you guys get into tonight? Are you doing some makers and crafting too? Awesome. What were you guys working on? Counter-Strike and made some beat animals. All right, cool. Right on. Right on. I am, for those who are just joining us from the raid, thank you so much for coming over with the raid. My name is Seamus Rockstar. We're a charity-based variety stream. We play a bunch of different video games between the Switch and the PC. I used to also have the Xbox One. It's still here. It's just it's a big paperweight right now. I don't play much of anything on it anymore. But the we've got the Switch and Switch 2. We've got the PC, and that's enough for now. But we also go ahead and work on things like what we're doing right now. We're working on a XStitch project. This is something for my daughter, and the character we're working on, as you can see right there, is Rainbow Heart Bear. Rainbow Heart Bear is a character that was created for the 30th anniversary of Care Bears, and a lot of people who have been through a pregnancy and thereby a miscarriage, and then another pregnancy, which then went full term and resulted in an actual birth of a child. That child is known as a rainbow baby, and thereby a lot of folks kind of when this specific Care Bear came out, a lot of folks kind of gravitated towards that Care Bear and use it as a symbol to or use it to symbolize the rainbow the baby that was born. So this is something that we're doing for my oldest. And my mom did something similar like this for me when I was a kid, and so I'm now passing this on to my daughter, who will then eventually at some point maybe go ahead and pass it on to their daughter. There's another one that we're going to be doing, and that's going to be a Trick or Sweet Bear. That one's for my youngest, so that we'll be having some fun with that. But I've been working on this one since the beginning of January, and I've had to put it down a couple times because other things have come up. And we're picking it back up. We're trying to get back into things. We've got a Discord where you can see all the progress we've kind of made on it if you want to join that. But yeah. Love it. Yeah. Thanks very much. Appreciate that, Loch Ness. So, Loch Ness, whereabouts are you from? Are you from the Loch? Or are you here in the States? Baltimore. Okay, cool. No, man, I'm from Baltimore. Okay. Nothing wrong with that at all. Welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for popping on over. We real quick, we have some channel point redemptions that you guys want to, if you want to go ahead and do that. I've got probably enough time.
Dumb. Those dudes are so dumb.
There we go. That's how that works right there. Excuse me a second. Like, no way, dude. Pyro hit the button. Now I gotta talk like this for like 3 minutes, bro. It's cool. It's all right though. I love doing this kind of stuff. It's why I put it on there to begin with. So yeah. We got those impressions that are available. We can do. I'm only gonna be able to go ahead and do a couple more because we're getting close to the end of the stream. So if anybody ends up going ahead and redeeming any more, I may go ahead and give those points back to you. But you know, there are options that are there if you'd like to go ahead and look into one of those. And if you don't have enough time for it right now, come on back on Sunday. We'll have some more fun with the voices and whatnot. Is the cat a Martian? Wait, what? Huh? Like what's going on here? Oh, I just like the monster and oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, right on, right on. You know, that's another impression I need to add in is Marvin the Martian. I think I'm pretty sure I can pull that one off, no problem, bro. I think that's one we could definitely go ahead and do. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna add it to my list. I've got a list of upgrades that we're doing. So you know, hey, a channel point redemption. We're gonna go ahead and call that. You know what? Hold on. Let me go ahead and switch over to our main scene so you can see what I'm typing in here. Let's go ahead and say Marvin the Martian. There we go. All right, we got Marvin the Martian in there now. We'll save that for later. Cool. So yeah, we've been working on playing Donkey Kong Bonanza on Wednesdays. Recently we've been working on doing some upgrades to the stream, some long overdue upgrades for the stream. Like I just went ahead and added a whole bunch of sub badges that I hadn't had for God knows how long. Because you know when I first got those sub badges, it was like 4 years ago. Uh, I was like, all right, I suppose then that we can start doing sub badge things, and you know, I never went ahead and filled any more out after that. But we we've been working on that. We also been working on a couple other upgrades. We've now have I use a streaming software called Polypop Live, and I've got a lot of my notifications that happen straight here from Polypop, like our raid sound and visuals, as well as the other thing. So there is all that. I do need to at some point I need to go ahead and I need to figure out how to set up the queuing system here in Polypop. There's supposed to have been one, but if there's not, I'm going to see if I can't find a way to build a queue system without having to go ahead and get something like streamer.bot or anything else like that, because I don't want there to be I don't want to have another third party software running in the background more so than what I'm already running. So I want to go ahead and see what we can do about that. But in the meantime, like I said, we are a charity-based stream, which means that every time that we hit this button, we're doing something bigger than ourselves. Right now, we're raising awareness for Starlight Children's Foundation. This month is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So if you're able to help out, we greatly appreciate you doing so. If not, it's not a problem. It is something that's always here in the background if you'd like to go and help out. $1 minimum donations are done through Tiltify. Tiltify is a wonderful organization that partners with over 2,500 different charity organizations all over the world. Places like Starlight Children's Foundations, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, Able Gamers, Stack Up, and more. And we trust them because what happens is when we do fundraising like this, we don't get the money directly. Tiltify gets the money and makes the money immediately available to the charity organizations that we're raising awareness for. So if someone donates $1 right now, that dollar is instantly available for Starlight Children's Foundation to use right then and there if they so deemed that they need to do so. So again, every dollar counts, no matter how much big or small. If you can donate something, we do appreciate you doing so. Let's go ahead and quickly watch a video. I'll talk a little bit more about the organization, and then we'll be right back. Let's see. Let's watch a quick one here. We'll do this one.
When kids need medical care, they will often face stressful and life-changing experiences. From long treatments to hospital stays, they will miss out on the things that make being a kid fun. Since 1982, Starlight Children's Foundation transformed the in-hospital experience for 17 million seriously ill kids in 800 children's hospitals and facilities across the United States. Our state-of-the-art programs like Starlight Virtual Reality, Starlight Hospital Wear, and Starlight Gaming allow kids to experience a moment of happiness, no matter the circumstance, so they can enjoy being a kid. Learn more at starlight.org. That's starlight.org.
That kid's got some moves. Do you see that kid at the end? He dances better than I do. Anyways, no. So Starlight Children's Foundation, you guys heard there. They've been doing this since 1982. They partnered with over 800 different 800 different hospitals all across the United States. They started back in Australia, came over here to the States, and just started slowly making their way east from California, partnering with over different all the different hospitals, all the children's hospitals, I should say, or recovery centers like the Ronald McDonald House, or something similar like that. So they partnered with a bunch of different places that help out kids. And in doing so, what they do is they try to help out by providing kids with something to do, whether it's arts and crafts, toys to play with, an area to play with other kids while still in the hospital. Shows to watch, videos to or shows and videos to watch. The gaming, the VR and the gaming systems are also a wonderful thing. And that's just the kind of the start of it. Even the hospital gowns are something that they provide too. So if you want to help provide happiness to kids who are stuck in the hospital who don't deserve to be, again, exclamation donate is one way that you can help out. You can also do exclamation TCD, and that will provide you with a specific version of our Tiltify donation link, which is linked up to Tangia. Donating through that will get you coins that you can use on Tangia, much like your bits. So you actually get something in return for your donation should you go that route. So just something to think about. Yeah, Starlight is a wonderful charity organization. We love helping them out. We're also just happens to be a Starlight ambassador. We became a Starlight ambassador here on this channel about 3 years ago, along with folks like Amish Ace 9.5, the Dynamite Twins, Roro, DJ Black Knight, or is it just Black Knight? I think it might just be Black Knight. You'll forgive me. It's been a minute since I've gone ahead and looked at my list. Let's see. Polychromatic Zero was one of them. I hadn't seen Polychromatic Zero for a while. I'm hoping that they're okay. Smirky was another one that was also a part of our same class. Smirky, if you guys don't know Smirky has a cousin who is a St. Jude cancer survivor. In other words, but she had her cancer treatments done at St. Jude. And she's actually had like a whole video package done about her. And after finding out that she had cancer, was going through all that, Smirky made it his mission to find ways to help out and give back to St. Jude. But like I said, it just so happens that he's now a Starlight ambassador and just happened to become one at the same time that we all did. So that's kind of cool. So yeah. So again, if you guys can help out, greatly appreciate you doing so. If not, hey, no big deal. We appreciate you all the same. So yeah. So let me go ahead and we're gonna get back to our cross stitch project that we've been working on here. We're just about done for the night. We got a couple more stitches that we're gonna do, and then we're gonna call it. Um, but yeah, so we got time. We got probably enough time for at least one more impression if anyone wants to go ahead and hit that button. Uh, Again, you don't have to. It's there at your convenience. We got some plans for next Thursday when we're gonna do some more upgrades. Like I said, we just saw we just added the new 3-minute impression for Marvin the Martian. Where's the kaboom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. So yeah, we'll add. Thank you for the hydrate. Cheers. And by the way, chat, you see that can right there? That can is something that's generated directly from Polypop. Polypop has a wonderful built-in 3D game engine, which we can go ahead and load things like that pop can right into our scene.
I'm so scared. I wish I had a ham sandwich to calm my nerves.
I figured that was coming eventually. Like Zoink Scoob, I don't know why, but I hit the button and it didn't want to do anything. Thank you, Skybeam, for hitting that button. I appreciate it. Skybeam loves having me sound like Shaggy, and when I sound like Shaggy, I'm talking classic Shaggy. Not Matthew Lillard's Shaggy. Like you thought I was gonna sing. Like she caught me in the shower. Rodri. Like he even stole my sandwich. Rodri. Like I think that'd be the funniest thing in the world. But we gotta change it up. We've got to make it sound like that instead of Shaggy being caught, banging Velma or something. That instead he's been caught stealing people's food and eating it in the kitchen. Daphne caught me red-handed. Picture this. Scoob and I were so baked we were sitting on the bathroom floor. We had the munchies and we didn't know which way to go. All I kept hearing from Scoob was, "Right on row." Like this could be epic or this could be a tragedy. It's likely just gonna be a tragedy. Let's face it, folks. Thank you, Sky, for that. Appreciate you. All right. You've got like a few more stitches here. But I think I'm gonna stop right there, just because I'm gonna start going back the opposite direction, and I'm not. Fried chicken's gonna win, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and cut some more thread for the next strim. Yes, there we go, chat. Now you'll notice that that this is not 100% the same as the design. Over here on the side, I kind of goofed up and I forgot like a whole section over here. But I believe I may have also added more in other places, because when I got up to when I was doing the outline and I got over here, somehow this part right here, this part of the ear, was all the way up here above our starting point, which was right here. When I realized that, I'm like, oh no, I screwed up something fierce somewhere and I don't know where. So I ended up going ahead and frogging everything all the way back to roughly right about there. So I decided, okay, we're gonna leave that right where it is, and I'm gonna start from the top of the ear, and I'm gonna go back down, and wherever we end up at, by the time that we get to the paw is where we end up. Well, we'll just figure out what we lost from there. So while I may have gone ahead and missed about 7 spaces over here via these 6 and that one right there, I also went ahead and lost all of this. Well, I shouldn't say all of that. I would say that I lost this chunk right here. Five, 6, 7, 8. So right about here is where this part of the head is. So basically, what's happened is I've taken the arm here, and it's further up, or the paw rather, and it's further up on the face than what I have it right now. But that's okay. You know what that means? It just means that that my version of this specific Care Bear is going to be unique. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a picture of this. We're gonna add it to the Discord probably tomorrow. If I decide not to go ahead and do it tonight. Let's see, who is live? Amish is live right now. He's playing Helldivers 2. We were just talking about Smirky earlier. I think he was live. He may have just ended though. I don't see him online anymore. Yeah. Smirky went offline. So, okay. So I'm thinking we're gonna go say hi to Amish. We're gonna go watch him deliver democracy to the galaxy. Thank you again so much for the raid, Loch Ness, and for the follows. For democracy. Thank you so much, guys, again for the raid, for the follows. Sorry again that we had that hiccup in the stream where we had to restart. Something happened earlier in the stream, about 2 hours in, where the stream just died. I don't know if it was a internet thing or what, but I never saw anything happen that indicated I was having any problems. So yeah, you're very welcome for the cozy landing space. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're gonna be jumping off of here. If I decide to go ahead and stream tomorrow, it'll probably be for a little bit. Will also probably be with the kiddos. So if the kiddos are down here, we're gonna have to go ahead and change it up and be a little bit more family friendly. Probably play some Mario Kart World. or something else. Not 100% sure. It may even be Mario Party. So we'll see what happens with that. But we've got that going on. If we decide to go ahead and stream tomorrow, that's probably what we're going to be doing. And if not, then we'll like I said, we'll be back on Sunday. Sunday. What the heck are we doing Sunday? What have I been doing on Sundays? I'm not sure. Maybe we'll play some pinball. Maybe we'll play some Overwatch with Norgy and Devil Beater. Let me go ahead and give them a shout out here real quick. If you guys don't follow them, please do so. They're part of our charity team as well, the Good Cause Crusaders. They raise awareness for the ASAN, the Autism Self-Advocacy Network, and that is in honor of their son, Broseph. They have an online web store for all your specialty jewelry box / stash box. If you're in a state that has the legalities set for the consumption of the Lord's lettuce. You can use Rockstar 15 for 15% off of your order. Plus Hello 2025. I know it hasn't changed since the beginning of 2025, but for an additional 10% off, if that is still active. If that other one's not active, at least the Rockstar 15 will still be active. That one doesn't expire. So check them out. But thank you guys again so much for being here. Let's go say hi to Amish. Amish is not really Amish. I want to let you guys know that. It's just a moniker, kind of like Loch Ness. So please drop Amish a follow. Tell him Rockstar sent you. I will see you guys all over there. Thank you guys again. Rock on. Have a wonderful night. We will see you next time. Bye, everyone.